If I could rewind the clock, in 2018, the legislation came into effect, the first jurisdiction in the world to have a legal and regulatory framework for the blockchain space. At that time, we issued 9 core principles. Those core principles are principles which firms licensed in Gibraltar have to comply with in order to give us as a jurisdiction the protection to our reputation and the quality and standards of business that we are comfortable with. And those 9 core principles, in a way, mirrored the traditional principles of financial services. This 10th core principles adds another string to that bow. Again, the first jurisdiction in the world to have a framework dealing with market integrity and market manipulation, abuse of the market price in the crypto world. We're the first to do it, and it's taken us, I'd say, 2 years, working very closely with experts from all over the world, from the United Kingdom, from the United States, from within Europe, from Latin America, to get to where we are with a core principle and with the guidance notes that tell firms how they have to behave in order to protect us from any abuse in this space. There are many cases brought, well, not many, but there are cases brought before the courts of the United Kingdom where firms and individuals are charged with manipulating the stock markets, for example. So what we are trying to do within this far more complex space, because we're talking about software, protect the jurisdiction from people that are trying to do this. I have to tell you that I am confident that it will work. Why? Because the quality of the firms that we are dealing with and licensing in Gibraltar are firms that are adhering to standards that no other jurisdiction in the world requires you to adhere to. So I wouldn't expect somebody to come to Gibraltar to set up a business to manipulate the markets, because they wouldn't be coming here to do that and comply with the standards that we enforce on them. But what this does is put an obligation on them to keep an eye on their own business platforms to ensure that nobody else on their platforms is doing it. So it's another layer of protection for consumers. And I'm very happy that we've been able to do that.
So Gibraltar is breaking new ground here. What does success look like? Are you hoping that other jurisdictions will take on the same principle, will sort of mirror our framework?
Success is the new world of blockchain receiving more and more institutional investment, growing in its usage and its adoption. And we will only get there if all around the world international standards are implemented. Since we started in 2018, there's no question that international standards have been adopted. The FATF, the European Union with MiCA, have already introduced frameworks that they propose to implement the EU in 2024. So there's no question that introducing standards and being at the forefront of that is encouraging more and more countries all around the world to do the same. We were the first in 2018, we're the first again with the 10th core principle on market integrity in 2022. This will help. I have no doubt this will help. The more trust we can create in the marketplace, the better it will be for the sector and the better it will be for the evolution of this business more and more around the world. And it's a technology that we have always focused on. And I think that was the right thing to do then, and it is the right thing to do now.